Her name is Dora. I don't know if you speak any Spanish. The word for roaster in Spanish is tostadora, and she's our roaster. Okay. So once you roast, you then shell, and then you hit the gym. So basically, to make chocolate from roasted and shelled cacao, what you need to do, ladies, is spend 72 hours. That's 3 days non-stop. You get properly ripped biceps with this, yeah? So 72 hours, you're looking fab, and you got chocolate.
And then you can eat it.
You have earned your chocolate.
And you've also earned your chocolate, absolutely. Absolutely. So each one of these wheels, they weigh about 300 kilos, and they crush the organic cane sugar, they crush the organic cacao, and reduce the texture till you get to this. So this is one of our older machines. You can see the working machines inside. 3 different ones: one for milk, one for white, one for dark. The reason why we've got 3 different machines is because, and I won't get terribly technical on you, but depending on the type of the chocolate, the temperature changes that you need to take it through vary. It's called tempering. And once you've tempered, you can then start to make different chocolate confections. So bars, bonbons, truffles, I don't know, chocolate dipped fruits, salt centers, etc., etc. So the thing with us is not only do we make the chocolate, but we also make all the packaging as well. So if we come down this way, oh, by the way, her name, I forgot to introduce you. Her name behind you, the beauty with the 2 big wheels, she's Molly from Molino, another Spanish name. Molino's Mill, yeah. So this girl is called Heidi. That's because of where she comes from. She's from Heidelberg, so she's an original Heidelberg printing press. Today we don't use her to print because she's single color printing. So I don't know if you look at one of our packages, I just look at all of the colors on it and look at the half tones as well. So every time you'd want to change a color, you'd have to open up the inkwell, take out other color, clean it, put in the next color, put it through again, and 7 days later you've got a you've got a package. So this modern digital printing press, which we call Roxy, she does all of the printing for us, and then we take the print out and we put it in here to cut it. So what this machine, shall we dance? So what this machine does is cut. So what we do is shake, 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 shake. Right, we've got the shape. Turn it round. We've got the fold lines as well. So now I spend far too much time in the office. I'm really slow at this, but the girls in the factory, it's like 30 seconds later, and not just have they folded it, but they've actually got it glued, and there's probably some chocolate in there as well. But the theory is like this, yeah. Assemble it. And ta-da! Hello! Can I have some chocolate, please? I'm hungry. That's it.
The Dutch product, Dutch brand.
Xerox. Yeah.
It's a Dutch product. Yes.
Now, I was going to say something, I perhaps shan't say it. No, I'm going to say it. A beautiful machine gives a beautiful quality print and it's super fast. But you know what? We have a maintenance technician come in every 2 months. This girl, 0 plastic parts, is, what is she, Jason, 80 years old?
Yeah, she was designed in 1934, and this particular model was built in 1960.
That's right.
And I have a question, guys. Would you like to see it actually working? Yeah? If you hang on to that?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So I'm gonna turn her on. So, here we go. This is a sheet of paper without any of the creases or the cuts. It's going to go through the press and it will come out at the back here. So let's switch her on. So these are the lines, these white lines here are the folds, okay? And the cutting part is here. That's the bit that does, that's a bit like, you know when you're making biscuits at home and you have a template of a star to cut the biscuits? That's exactly the same concept. So that's the shape. So, watch this. I'll turn it on and you'll see this moves, that goes backwards and forwards. Okay, stop. So,
See if he's faster than me.
well, we'll see. We'll see. So what we've got, there's a cocoa pod. So we shake this up, okay, like so. This bit normally gets recycled, but we also find it makes fantastic necklaces for young handsome gentlemen. And then this is where the folding happens. So you go, you fold, 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 you glue it there, you glue it there, and you have a box of chocolates. And before we bought Heidi, and before we bought Roxy, we had to buy these from the printers. But the problem was, we had to buy 54,000 of them in one batch.
Yeah.
Now, this now enables us, now that we can print here and cut here, this has happened. We get phone calls from hotels, and they'll say, this is crazy, I know it's 10:30 in the morning, but at 6 o'clock we have a conference, could we have 60 bags of chocolate with a golf logo on, and our logo? And we go, yeah, we can. So we print them out, I quickly design, we print them out here, we cut them there, and then we assemble them inside. So that's what we do. Now, I have a question for you all. This question possibly has kept you awake many, many nights, worried, very, very worried. When you eat a lovely chocolate bonbon, how do you get the caramel inside the bonbon? How does that happen?
I want to know.
I'm going to show you. Come on in.
I want to sleep tonight.
Exactly. I'm going to invite you in for a minute, and I'm going to show you how we actually do it. So, because it's a security door. So, but if you press this button, you can now open it up. So that's how you get out.
Escape from the chocolate factory.
Now, let me just get a little hat on. You guys are okay. You especially, sir, because you have one of those magic necklaces. And yeah, if you wish to, but you're okay because you're not operating the machinery. So what I'm going to do is, this is a bonbon mould. Now, about 150 years ago, when Henrik here, my friend Henrik was a young boy, this would have been made out of tin, but it's not very healthy. So then they replaced them, and they stopped making them out of metal. They made them out of ceramics, which was great until you drop them, because they would shatter. So for the last 60 years or so, they've been made out of polycarbonate plastic, and they're great. So, how do we get the caramel inside the chocolate? I'm going to show you. Stage one. Stage one is we just we flood fill. Okay? So that's the very, very first stage of the bonbon making. But the problem is, of course, there isn't much space for caramel.
That's it.
So now, we just let the chocolate drain out. But not all of it drains out. So then, what we do, just scrape it here. So, shall I use this one? That's better. And now, we scrape it on here. Okay. Okay. So now what we've got these beautiful shells. Okay. So that's the very, very first stage. Now, these shells take about 2 hours to crystallize, to set. So, do we have any good songs to sing, or some stories to tell? So after 2 hours, we then get a bag which we fill with the caramel that we've made, and we hand pipe them. Okay, so they're about 80% full of caramel, and then it's back underneath to seal it. So that's how we make the bonbons. Now, I don't think it's fair that we talk all about chocolate without giving you some. So. Let me invite you to try some of our chocolate, okay? If we go over here. Yeah, don't worry, I'll wash my hands in a second. So, okay, 1 second.
Health and safety, go on.
1 second, 1 second. Okay.
So I think we've got some strange training video happening here. I just handed the camera and said, film.
Right, so now, guys, what would you like to try? We have here, this is a single origin dark chocolate. where all the beans come from the Dominican Republic, and it's 70%. And then we also have a really high cacao content milk chocolate. Try both if you like. Which, if you give me your hand, there you go. What about yourself?
We also have white.
Just let it slowly melt in your mouth. There we go. And then once that's all melted, then onto the milk. Heel lekker?
Lekker.
Good. Thank you. Yes, it does. Because it's a 70%, and actually we're in a very cold environment here. It takes a bit longer to melt. If we're outside, if we're here at 20 degrees, but if we're at room temperature, it would melt that bit quicker, and then the flavours would release.
How's the flavour coming?
Yeah, good. It should be very fruity.
It's quite orangey, the dark chocolate, don't you mind?
Yeah, it's nice, yeah? If you want to try some of the milk as well, please be my...
What is the difference with the white? Because I normally like white chocolate.
Oh.
Some people thought that not only not.
So, let's try
I heard from people to say that this is not real chocolate.
Okay, so it is and it isn't. Now, white chocolate is made basically from the cocoa butter. So it comes from the bean, it comes from the cacao bean, but all the good stuff in chocolate, all the beautiful Theobroma cacao, which you find in abundance in the dark chocolate and find quite a lot in the milk chocolate, and that has all the active chemicals that make you feel like you're in love and you're happy. None of that whatsoever is found in selling white chocolate. So basically what you have here is actually this white chocolate. A white chocolate is low sugar. It's not low sugar at all. It's actually 66% sugar, but that's low for the industry. Whereas our dark chocolate, this one here, is just 30% sugar, and we have some outside that's just 10% sugar. So dark chocolate is fundamentally much healthier, because it's not just much lower in sugar, but it contains lots of over 500 ingredients, which are really good for your heart and for your brain, and it's an incredible, it's a superfood. So whereas white chocolate, it's a nice treat. It tastes good, but it hasn't got all the beneficial properties. So that's your white chocolate. Yeah.
Can I taste the milk?
Please, feel free. Absolutely. How about, would you like to try? Here we go.
Maybe you'd like to taste some chocolate while you're in here now.
Here we go.
Yeah, maca.
Yeah, what you can do, guys, if you want to do something seriously fun for 10 minutes, instead of buying 3 bars in the shop, you can make 3 bars and it's the same price. It only takes 10 minutes, but the bars you make, instead of weighing 100 grams like the ones that do in the shop, the bars that you make here, they'll weigh about 130 grams because you will load it with crystallized ginger, strawberries. You make a bar like so, and then just put it down here. That levels it out, and then this is where the fun goes. If you like your chocolate, you can then make some interesting decorations. I mean, obviously not like that, but chocolate with chocolate. It's an option. So, or just have a
You have to wait 2 hours to let it run.
No, 10 minutes. Yeah. No, it's with the bonbons. With the bonbons. To make the shell, it's you'll have to let it set very slowly, or else the shell cracks. But with the bars, it's literally you make this. We then put it into the chiller, just for literally actually 5 to 6 minutes. Is it dark with dark, or is it milk with dark? Anything at all. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.